you spoke about the idea of the concept of consent, as far as the rules and regulations, and you say yes to that, even though no one reads them, you'd mentioned. Um, are there examples of some that stick out that are examples of AI being used that we don't give implicit consent to, that are being used that we're unaware of, that would be kind of mind-blowing for someone like me?
All the time, all the time. So one of the things we talk about in the course is this idea of a surveillance culture. And what we're seeing more and more is that because we can do these things and because it's so cheap to do these things, we're just doing them. One example would be Google. Let's talk about Google. So Google has lots of different examples where they're such a massive company and they're kind of into everything. But do you remember those cars that used to drive around neighborhoods and just like film your home and film the street and film everything? And they created Google World. Well, just think about that for a minute. Did you say it was okay to, film your home? Probably not. I don't remember signing any consent forms to do that. But that's the kind of stuff that happens. And you say, okay, well, it's the world. People can come and they take pictures and that sort of thing. But to me, it's what they're then doing with it and what that enables. So now all of a sudden, anybody anywhere can find, where an address. And if they put that together with another data set that, let's say, has your name, all of a sudden you've got your name and your address. And then let's say you put that together with a different data set that has some other things in it, you can create this really intricate data mashup. And that's what's happening, is all these different data sets in and of themselves, by themselves, maybe they're not so bad, but you bring them together and all of a sudden somebody knows everything about you and your family. So that's kind of one example. Increasingly, there's a push in cities to use this technology. And in a lot of cases, you're walking down the street, just kind of living your life, and you might be captured on a whole bunch of video cameras, and perhaps photos of you are being captured as well. And all of that information is then being used for purposes that you don't really know what they are. And it could be law enforcement, it could be something else. And so those are just a couple of examples of this idea of always on surveillance that some of this technology has enabled, and also I would say requires in order to keep it going.